Now let's have a look at the pronunciation book of lenaya.com. Here you learn how to pronounce Chinese characters by learning Pinyin, the Chinese phonetic language. Pinyin is written with Western letters, yet one must learn how to pronounce these letters. We have made a graphic design for every Pinyin letter, which shows you exactly what the tongue, the lips, the teeth, the vocal cords and the airflow is doing when you pronounce this letter. You always find also a picture which shows you the lips from the side and from the front. And down here you find an explanation. We always start with a sound which is most similar to the Chinese sound and which you know from English. And from there we tell you what the difference is. So you can start with something you know and approach the unknown Chinese sound from there. Here you find a list with all the Chinese syllables which contain this letter. Now, the Chinese pinyin has some peculiarities. For example, the U after a J is written as a simple U, but what the Chinese really mean is a nu. So that's why we have added here a second column. So this is the way pinyin is usually written, and this is what the Chinese really mean. Yet even these two columns don't tell you everything, and that's why we have added a third column with international phonetics. Let me give you an example. Don't worry too much about the international phonetics. It's just helpful in some cases, and then it makes sense to look at it. For example, here we have an LE, and down here we have LIE. Now in this case the E is pronounced in a certain way, which you see here in the international phonetics. So it's a turned over E. Yet in this combination the E is pronounced in a different way, which we show here with the Greek letter. Now let's listen to this. Now when you realize that these two E's are pronounced quite differently, you might be confused, and that's why we have added here the international phonetics. You can look at them and this will reassure you that what you hear is actually different. When you learn pinyin, just look at the graphic, read the explanation, listen to the sound files, and then try to pronounce the sound. Read the syllables, listen to the sound file, and speak as you hear the sound file. And then lean back and look at the overview here and try to find out the difference between the different letters. And if you don't remember, go into the files again. Do this every now and then, and you'll be surprised how much easier it will be for the Chinese to understand you pretty soon.